to the Sew Me Sunshine YouTube channel. It's me, Celia, here joining you this week, and our topic this week is slightly different. So we normally would show you like our new-ins and more staff picks and stuff like that, but this week we are talking about dopamine dressing. Now, dopamine dressing became a kind of thing last year with lots of people on social media and in magazines and things talking about it. Now, what is dopamine dressing? Dopamine dressing is basically wearing clothes that make you feel good, and that's all we can really ask for. And especially as sewists and people who make our own garments, this is a really great topic for us because we have the privilege of being able to make our own clothes and being able to make whatever we want. So this week I'm wearing a top that I made. It makes me feel great. I love it. It's like this iridescent, jazzy, sparkly, glittery fabric, and it's a Nico top, which we love. Obviously, for the last 3 weeks, you will have heard us talk about Nico tops because we love this really versatile garment so much. But yeah, so I'm going to be talking about fabrics that make you feel good, and that can be normally it's associated with things like bright colours and textures and things like that. But there's loads of research done on it, and there's lots of articles on the internet. So if you want to learn more about dopamine dressing and dopamine sewing, you can just give it a Google and you'll find lots and lots of resources out there. So as I said, it's normally to do with colour and all the different meanings of colours and things like that. So we're going to be showing you an assortment of brightly coloured fun fabrics to raise our dopamine levels and make us feel joyous in the clothes that we wear. So the first fabric we're going to talk about today to kick off the dopamine dressing and sewing special that we're doing this week is the Fabric Godmother Bloomer Check viscose Jacquard. It's an Eco-Vero viscose, and it's also Jacquard. Now, I don't know if you can see on camera, but you should be able to see, you'll be able to see on the website, and you'll be able to see in the little card that Lisa's going to put up, that there's little tiny hands that have been woven into this fabric. It's really fun and kind of different, which is why we wanted to talk about it today, because it is a really fun fabric. And then it's got this really great pattern on it, which has got the big florals and then these green squares with the checks. And it's just bright, it's joyous. That's what we're all about. The pattern that we chose to go with this particular fabric, because it's quite good, it's like I would say it's like a blouse weight. It is a little bit sheer, but not so much that you couldn't wear it just as a blouse. If you were thinking of wearing it as a dress, you might want to line it, but to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't worry about it. And it's the pattern that we've chosen is the named Helmy. It's called a trench blouse and tunic dress. We reckon it'd be great as the tunic dress because it's comfortable, it's brightly coloured, it's all the things that you want to make you feel good, and especially at this time of year. So dopamine dressing doesn't have to be about patterns, it can also be about plains. And we've picked out a couple of plain French terries to make a tracksuit, because feeling good in your clothes doesn't have to be mean that you're wearing clothes that you're going out in. You can also stay at home and feel really great in your clothes, because we want people feeling great all the time. The two fabrics that we've chosen are the teal and the hot pink French terries. They're really great, versatile jersey weight fabrics, and the patterns that we have picked out for the teal and then for the hot pink, we thought you can make a kind of colour blocked tracksuit. And the patterns that we picked out are the Hudson pant from True Bias. This is a kind of tracky bum tracksuit trouser pattern. It's kind of got a tapered leg and cuffs around the bottom. And now you could self rib, or you could choose like a contrasting rib or something for the cuffs. And the top half for our tracksuit is the Linden sweatshirt from Grainline Studios. This is a classic sweatshirt pattern, and again, you could either make it in all one colour, or you could choose a contrast if you're feeling very jazzy for the waistband, the cuffs, and the neckband. So these are just some options for plains, but also if you like wearing just like a more muted colour, then and that makes you feel really great, then go for it. It doesn't have to be bright colours, it can be any colour, and then yeah, as I said, if it makes you feel good, then go for it. So back to the patterned fabrics. This is a green and white polka dot viscose. we've called it a poplin. I would say it's somewhere on the lawn to poplin scale. It's towards the poplin end, but it's still got very good drape, and it's very soft as well. And it's got very good opacity as well. So, which is great if you're thinking about making, depending on the garment that you're making, and it will be suitable for a whole bunch of things, from shirts to dresses to all sorts. You can even make pajamas out of it. It's very soft, very comfortable. The pattern that we've chosen to go with this great fabric is the Calvin wrap dress and top from True Bias. This is just kind of like a spaghetti strapped wrap dress with a tie on the side. Really comfy. You could wear a Nico top underneath it if you wanted to layer it, then put on a cardi over the top, and then you could wear it all year round. So it could be something that you could wear in January when it's a bit grayer, but then all the way through to summer, and you could just wear this out with a pair of sandals or something like that. So this is a great pattern, comfortable as well. Quite a lot of the time, colour plus comfort, especially for me, equals a happy bunny. So yeah, this is a great fabric and pattern. Next up is a hot pink silk cotton voile. This fabric is one of my personal faves that we have in. It is so drapey, so soft. It's kind of magical fabric. But as you can see, it is also incredibly sheer, as it is a silk cotton voile. The pattern that we have chosen to go with this, look at this, the movement, amazing, is the Florence dress. Now this pattern is normally made in, well, I've seen it made a lot in sort of more kind of thicker cottons, linens, things with a bit more structure. However, we thought it might be really cool to make something like this, a really loose fitting, tunicky kind of smocky top or dress out of this. You could then layer it up with like a camisole, or even like the Calvin wrap dress or something like that underneath. You can make it a kind of feature, overlaid. A lot of fashion houses are using sheer fabrics and overlaying them over the top of kind of spaghetti strapped tops and things like that. So you could really have fun with layering. And yeah, we thought this would be absolutely fab over the top of another basic dress. But yeah, I just love it. With the peplum and then the buttons down the back, it would be so beautiful. And I can't wait to see what people make with it. So next up we have a polar fleece. Now this rainbow checkerboard polar fleece is one of our newer additions to our collection of polar fleeces. We really love the polar fleece, and it's a very fashionable fabric at the moment. A lot of people are making fleeces that are kind of giving Patagonia and kind of outerwear vibes, and so and they've been very, very popular as well from 2022 going into 2023, especially because it's cold at the moment. So this one is, as I said, is the rainbow checkerboard, and it is licorice all sorts colours basically. These are the colours of all of those amazing sweets that you get in licorice all sorts. We've got black and white, and then we've got pink, orange, yellow and blue in a kind of inch to an inch and a half square check. It's a standard polar fleece weight, and it has the kind of standard fleecy drape as well. You could make a number of things out of this, from a Burt top by Style Arc to an Arlo from Friday Pattern Company. I know that Friday Pattern Company have been doing a lot of hacks for the Arlo recently. So if you're interested in making something like a slightly alternative Arlo, then go and take a look at what they're doing. The pattern that we have decided would be really fab in this and would be cozy, comfy, make you feel good because it's super fun, is a Nova coat from Paper Cut Patterns. It's a big slouchy jacket. You could wear it under a coat, you could wear it on the sofa, just really versatile and great, as I said, for this time of year. Our final fabric on our dopamine dressing and sewing special video for you is the Hattie Park Liberty Tana Lawn. Now we've got lots of different Tana lawns from Liberty, from the traditional florals right through to abstracts, and all sorts in between. Now this one is a bit of both actually. So this one is a, as I said, it's the Hattie Park, and it is a floral, but then it's got these tiny little cartoon faces on, which you might be able to see, on some of the flowers, and it's got these kind of cartoon eyes and cartoon mouths, and then it's got little stars, and then some of the flowers have got paint drips coming off them. It's a really fun, novel fabric, and we love it because it's a little bit different from your traditional floral print. The pattern that we have chosen to go with this is the Tilly and the Buttons Marnie, which is a really great smock dress. So it's got loads of really interesting and intricate details, which you can choose to add or not depending on how you feel. So it's either you can have this, it's got a kind of pin tuck panel with the pin tucks going in different directions when you sew them, and then it's got ruffles on the sleeves, it's got these big balloony sleeves as well, and you can either have it as a blouse or you can make it longer into a dress. So there are a couple of different options. We thought the blouse would be really good because then you could throw it on with jeans to brighten up an outfit, and also it'll get other people smiling and when they see this fabric, because at first you don't notice that there are these little cartoon faces on here, and then you see them and you're like, oh, that's actually amazing. So yeah, this was our final and one of our faves as well. Thank you so much for joining us on the Sew Me Sunshine YouTube channel again this week. We hope you enjoyed our foray into dopamine sewing and dressing and the fabrics and patterns that make you feel good. Let us know below which fabrics and patterns and sewing projects you've made that make you feel good, because that's what it's all about this week, feeling good about what you wear. So as I said, let us know. You can also contact us via email and social media. We're on most of the platforms, so you can find us there: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, the whole Pinterest. You can find us everywhere. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. There's a little bell symbol somewhere around here. You can click on that and you'll be notified when we release a new video, but normally it's about 11:30 GMT or BST, depending on the time of year, on a Friday. We also have newsletters that you can subscribe to that will tell you information, trends. We have one on a Tuesday that's kind of inspiration led, and then on a Friday, new in, that sort of thing. So don't forget to subscribe to that if you aren't already, and we'll be back next week with another video for you, so we'll see you then. Bye.